It's Week 7 of the National Football League.
And up next, it's Bo Nix.
He's fourth in the NFL in passing touchdowns this season. It's the Vikings and the Bears under the lights on Sunday night.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gardner. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Here's Williams. Got a man, it's Kayshon Boutte. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. To the air, Williams. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 46, here's 2nd and 2. To throw, Williams. That pass complete. Here's Boutte with it. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. And look at this defense for the Vikings. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're the top.
The Vikings after it, and they get there for a sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Throwing is Williams. Throw left side complete. That's Ross. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw is Nix. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Vikings hit a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, yeah.
The guy's man complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Aubrey good with the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he has been a monster in the red zone here in his first couple of months of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns. To throw, it's Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down, and they go with Swift again. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. But Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Xander Horvath, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. So this drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now it's Nix. looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the right side, and he's got more complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw is Williams. Connects with Kittle underneath. And a brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. Back to throw now on 1st down. Williams loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. You look at this Bears defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Throwing Nix. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Oh, now an injured player down there, and this is not what you want to see. That's Justin Jefferson who's having some issues. Here's Nix once more. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Aubrey now for the point after. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. The Bears offense ready to get going again. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
2nd and 9 now. This will be caught downfield by Moore. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to throw. Williams. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here. That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Working out of the gun, Williams.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Rose. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
The throw out to Ross. He's got it.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think there he had to come up with his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
They certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush is just too off on the quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the right hash here. Should be an easy one. Sanders' kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And now out comes Minnesota.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Nix from the shotgun. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Williams now throwing to start the drive. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. On the handoff, this is Swift. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Operating from the gun, Williams. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's been one of the main focal points of this unit throughout the season, no doubt. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL in terms of receptions by a wideout. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Looking outside, and he's got a man. That's Hubbard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Nix. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
To throw, here's Nix. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he's down to the 11.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Nix to the air.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Nix looking to throw again.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Aubrey now for the PAT.
It's good, and it's 21-10. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
55 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
To the air, Williams. He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw, Williams. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
First down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
And the football going back to the Vikings offense. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
To throw is Nix.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Nix.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Working out of the gun is Nix. This one brought in by Jefferson. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
Back to the air with Nix. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. And he works it to the 30-yard line here right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. This is caught. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get it to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Nix. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jamison Williams, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings add 6 to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left. More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back.
He's got a man, complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Now a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw is Williams. That pass complete. Here's Butte with it.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Williams. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
To throw, it's Williams. That's to Moore, and he's got it. Touchdown, Bears.
A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Bears are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10.
Throwing Nix.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Here's Williams. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before break. Williams going deep downfield for Ross. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
From the 31, here's second and a couple. They run over center with Mitchell.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
But once again, it's Mitchell. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on third down, it's Nix. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
So the numbers there tell the story. That last completion going to move him up over 400 yards passing now for the game.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Second and 5. That pass caught. It's Williams.
And they move this all the way down to the
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hawkinson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And they open the lead up now to 25. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. Dances by him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Williams. He finds his man complete. It's Rose. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw. Williams. He finds his man complete. That's Rose. It'll go. It's a gain of 4. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in the 2nd half. 3rd down and 1. Operating from the gun. Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Keyshawn Boutte, 37 yards. And the Bears get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the 1st half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Sanders on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here's Nix. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes again. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 76 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Aubrey now for the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Chicago offense set to get started. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Kayshon Boutte with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Bears are able to cut into that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the 2nd half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Vikings offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
To throw, here's Nix. Complete, Jefferson the target. Down the sideline he goes. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here now, 2nd and 4. Nix to the air. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a 1st down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Nix from the shotgun. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a 1st down as well. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. Back to throw. Nix. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. See, it didn't seem like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. To the air, Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's a handoff to Swift. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still second down.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
To throw is Nix. And it's complete to Mitchell. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he fields it cleanly. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Williams gets this complete to Butte. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Rose. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
To the air once more. Williams. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll go. Here's Williams. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. A strong running. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Williams. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rose. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Rose. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Throwing is Williams. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
To throw once more, here's Williams. Nowhere to turn this time. He goes down. Sack back at the 29. They need 18 yards here on third down. They'll go play action here with Williams. And that will be incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. You just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out and let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. The Vikings on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing Nix. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out in the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
Now it's Nix. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. You take a look at his receiving numbers so far. He's been terrific. Up over 100 yards now for the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Nix. It's complete to Williams. And the passing numbers are just dizzying at this point. That last completion is going to put him over 600 yards now for the game as he just continues to do whatever he wants when he drops back to pass. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, he'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Another run with Mitchell.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
56 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
And they just acquired him a new ball carrier. What do you think of the acquisition?
I like it. Maybe not the big-time player, big-time impact you're looking for, but someone who wants to prove something and find a new home.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad